Hey guys, this is Todd Daniels with another snowboard review being done in my place at home here in Kelowna. This is my daily driver. This is the board I ride the most this year, and I want to do a board review. I'm going to start with the binding. This is a K2 AT binding. I didn't think I would like K2 bindings just because, they can sometimes get a bad rap. But I'm gonna have to tell you, these bindings are really good. The straps on them, it's really cool on the toe cap. You can actually widen the toe cap to fit differently onto different boots. As you can see, I'm doing it right now. It's narrow and then there's a hinge and you can widen it just by pulling on it and make it really big and wide, which I like. That's really cool. The biggest bugaboo is I would say that the heel strap could be, it's really good, but it could be a little wider with a softer material on the top and bottom, just so that it kind of folds out a little bit better because it is quite narrow. It works really good again with the K2 Thraxis boots I've been using, which again are light and excellent. The biggest problem I think with the binding that I found is actually the forward lean adjustment, because it's too little turning kind of what do you call it, like a lock. You have to do it not on the hill or do it at home and get it ready. It is a bit of a pain. You have to really loosen both of them off and blah, blah, blah. It's not super simple. That was my biggest bugaboo on the binding. But all in all, people should really not think that K2 bindings are just a department store. This is a very responsive binding. It has these little bushings too in the base of the binding that you can put different ones in to adjust kind of the flex or the canting of the base plate. Gives it kind of a surfy feel. Excuse me. All in all though, really good. Used them all year. I was like, oh, these are fine. They really, really work well. Now let's talk about this board. This is the K2 Alchemist. This is probably one of the most technically built boards out there. People maybe that don't have a history of snowboarding probably should know that K2 has been making snowboards longer than almost every snowboard company in existence. The only other one that I would say maybe is longer at this point is Burton. But KT's been around the business since the 80s. They had the Dan Donnelly Pro model, the Gyrator, which I believe was their first board. So they've been around since I was a kid. They know how to build snowboards. They obviously know how to build skis. They are doing technical things with their boards that are light years beyond what some other people are doing as just slapped together sandwich snowboards. As you can see, this is a directional snowboard. It has a 8 side cut radius, millimeter side cut radius, which is quite deep, and it is only a 25 waist width. That is narrow. There is a wider in it. If you're anything over a 10, this board is narrow. If you look at the top of the board, you can see my hand maybe through this cool green, basically space glass is what they call this. So space glass is a super light material they're using in the tip and tail of this board with spectral braid. I'm not sure if you can see at a distance here, but this is spectral braid. The space glass is a dampening feature that makes the board's tip and tail not chatter at speed. And then the spectral braid is a 45-degree carbon fiber braid that actually, as you go through the board to the middle, it actually elongates and changes. It's essentially a sock, but it generally stretches and elongates towards the middle of the board. So what that does is it keeps the tip and tail quite torsionally stiff, but it actually controls the torsional flex of the middle of the board. This is a stiffer board. I wouldn't call it ultra stiff, but it has a very unique characteristic to it, which is really, really cool. The top sheet is called Snowphobic, which is very cool, kind of a hairy, it's very hard to explain but close up, you can see actually how it basically has this kind of texture that keeps snow off the top sheet, which is phenomenally cool. Obviously, K2's always built a sandwich construction built into kind of a cap. There is a name for it. I'm missing it right now, but it is very good. This is a rocker front board with a cambered back, so it is very good at powder riding. Turning, this board will carve better than pretty much anything I've tried this year. This is only the 57, which is a little bit on the smaller side, but on this board, I can ride a 57, no problem. The bases on these boards are carbon infused 5500, which is fast. Carbon bases you're seeing less and less of with certain companies. These are a little bit more on the expensive side to put on a board. They're also a little softer, so damage is a little bit easier to have. Carbon fiber bases though are insanely fast. I got this board and instantly they just speed up faster. That's the best way I can put it. This board is fast, it carves really good. It's amazingly good in powder. Also, beyond the spectral braid, this board has 2 carbon fiber rods in the tail. This makes the tail quite stiff. It is a very unique short tail. It is meant to hold an edge very, very well. Again, you can see the spectral braid through the board. This is something all board companies should really think about. When you can see the construction and things in the board, people who buy boards like that. They are showing what their boards are doing inside. Ride used to do this with all their cap timelesses and stuff, and it really helped board sales because people could actually see what the board was made of and what they were getting for their bang for their buck. This is so smart because everything in this board, not only does the board look absolutely beautiful, but you can actually see that these guys aren't messing around. It's not just some slap together sandwich snowboard. This is a serious piece of machinery. Something for people to also know with K2 snowboards is that yes, there's a reputation for K2 boards because they're in Sport Check that they're somehow cheap or they're a department store board. But I want to reiterate, this board will slap you in the face and steal your girlfriend. Like, this is a real snowboard. There's no joke. Right now they have Pat Moore on the team, Sage Kotzenberg. They've been doing some really good pushes with marketing. This board, I hate to say it, but like this is an orca killer. This keeps up with some of the other big boards out there that are selling really well. Well, this is probably one of the best boards I've ridden in a long time. And I would like to thank Jason Hilton again for really for hooking me up, man. Like this was above and beyond what he needed to do. And I actually missed this board because I do enjoy riding it a lot. So I just really wanted to give a really good review of the K2 Alchemist. Next year's is different, only in that really good. They've changed the nose and tail to a more of an orange color. Looks awesome. And I really am backing these guys big time. So thank you, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed this season of board reviews. That'll be it for me, I think, and hope to see you next year. Have a good day. Bye.